Green tea.
Green tea is made from the leaves from Camellia sinensis that have undergone minimal oxidation during processing. Green tea originated in China, but it has become associated with many cultures throughout Asia. Green tea has recently become relatively widespread in the West, where black tea has been the traditionally consumed tea. Green tea has become the raw material for extracts used in various beverages, health foods, dietary supplements, and cosmetic items. Many varieties of green tea have been created in the countries where it is grown. These varieties can differ substantially due to variable growing conditions, horticulture, production processing, and harvesting time. Over the last few decades, green tea has been subjected to many scientific and medical studies to determine the extent of its long purported health benefits, with some evidence suggesting that regular green tea drinkers may have a lower risk of developing heart disease and certain types of cancer. Although green tea does not raise the metabolic rate enough to produce immediate weight loss, a green tea extract containing polyphenols and caffeine has been shown to induce thermogenesis and stimulate fat oxidation, boosting the metabolic rate 4% without increasing the heart rate. The mean content of flavonoids in a cup of green tea is higher than that in the same volume of other food and drink items that are traditionally considered of health-contributing nature, including fresh fruits, vegetable juices or wine. Flavonoids are a group of phytochemicals present in most plant products that are responsible for health benefits such as antioxidative and anti-carcinogenic functions. However, the content of flavonoids may vary dramatically amongst different tea products.
History.
Tea consumption has its legendary origins in China of more than 4,000 years ago. Green tea was first brewed in 2737 BC during the reign of Emperor Shennong. Green tea has been used as both a beverage and a medicine in most of Asia, including China, Japan, Thailand, and Vietnam, to help everything from controlling bleeding and helping heal wounds to regulating body temperature, blood sugar and promoting digestion. A book written in the Tang dynasty of China is considered one of the most important in the history of green tea. The book was written by Liu Yu and is called the Tea Classic, or Kao Jing. It was written between 600 and 900 AD and spoke about exactly how and where one could enjoy a fine cup of green tea. The Kisayojoki, Book of Tea, written by Zen priest Isai in 1191, describes how drinking green tea can have a positive effect on the 5 vital organs, especially the heart. The book discusses tea's supposed medicinal qualities, which include easing the effects of alcohol, acting as a stimulant, curing blotchiness, quenching thirst, eliminating indigestion, curing beriberi disease, preventing fatigue, and improving urinary and brain function. Part 1 also explains the shapes of tea plants, tea flowers, and tea leaves, and covers how to grow tea plants and process tea leaves. In Part 2, the book discusses the specific dosage and method required for individual physical ailments.
Brewing and serving.
Steeping is the process of making a cup of tea. It is also referred to as brewing. In general, 2 grams of tea per 100 milliliters of water, or about 1 teaspoon of green tea per 5-ounce cup, should be used. With very high-quality teas like Gyokuro, more than this amount of leaf is used, and the leaf is steeped multiple times for short durations. Green tea steeping time and temperature varies with different tea. The hottest steeping temperatures are 81 to 87 degc, 178 to 189 degf, water, and the longest steeping times 2 to 3 minutes. The coolest brewing temperatures are 61 to 69 degc, 142 to 156 degf, and the shortest times about 30 seconds. In general, lower quality green teas are steeped hotter and longer, whereas higher quality teas are steeped cooler and shorter. Steeping green tea too hot or too long will result in a bitter, astringent brew, regardless of the initial quality, because it will result in the release of an excessive amount of tannins. High-quality green teas can be and usually are steeped multiple times. 2 or 3 steepings is typical. The steeping technique also plays a very important role in avoiding the tea developing an overcooked taste. The container in which the tea is steeped or teapot should also be warmed beforehand so that the tea does not immediately cool down. It is common practice for tea leaf to be left in the cup or pot and for hot water to be added as the tea is drunk until the flavor degrades.
Varieties of green tea. Chinese green tea.
Hunan Province, Junshan Yinsen, Silver Needle Tea. Zhejiang Province is home to the most famous of all teas, Zaihu Longjing, as well as many other high-quality green teas, Longjing, Jingtsu Huiming Ka Huiming, Kai Hui Longding Kaya Yue Longding, Huiding Yanwu Huiding, Tian Mu Qing Ding, Ping Shui Tsu Ka Gunpowder, Jiangsu Province, Dongting Bilo Chun, Nanjing Yu Hui Ka Rain Flower, Jintan Keishi, Tongue of Golden Altar Sparrow, Taihu Baiyan White Cloud. Fujian Province is known for mountain-grown organic green tea as well as white tea and oolong tea. The coastal mountains provide a perfect growing environment for tea growing. Green tea is picked in spring and summer seasons. Mo Lihui Ka Jasmine Tea, Mo Lihui Ka, Maofeng Tea, Kuijan, Hubei Province, Yulu, Henan Province, Xinjiang Maojian, Jiangxi Province, Zhenmei Chunmei, Gugai Nao, Yanwu, and Hui Province is home to several varieties of tea, including 3 Chinese famous teas. These are, Dafang, Huangshan Maofeng, Liuan Glapian Liwan Leaf, Hu Tunlu, Huo Qing, Wuliking, Hysan, Sichuan Province, Tsuzai Qing Ka Tsuyi Qing, Mengding Ganlu.
Japanese green tea.
Green tea, Luka, Horticulture, is ubiquitous in Japan and therefore is more commonly known simply as tea, osha. It is even referred to as Japanese tea, Ribenka, Nihoncha. Though it was first used in China during the Song dynasty, and brought to Japan by Myon Isai, a Japanese Buddhist priest who also introduced the Rinzai school of Zen Buddhism. Types of tea are commonly graded depending on the quality and the parts of the plant used as well as how they are processed. There are large variations in both price and quality within these broad categories, and there are many specialty green teas that fall outside this spectrum. The best Japanese green tea is said to be that from the Yame region of Fukuoka Prefecture and the Uji region of Kyoto. The so-called Uji area has been producing uji tea, for 400 years and predates the prefectural system. It is now a combination of the border regions of Shiga, Nara, Kyoto, and Mie prefectures. Saraku District, Kyoto is among many of the tea-producing districts. Shizuoka Prefecture produces 40% of raw tea leaf. Sencha, Zhanka. Decocted tea, Fukame Shicha, Shenjiangshi Cha. Long-steamed green tea, Gyokuro, Yulu. Jade, Kabuseka, Guanka. Covered tea, Tamario Kucha, Yulu Ka. Lit ball green tea, Baincha, Fan Ka. Coarse tea, Camellia, Yaozhan Ka. Pan-fired tea, byproduct of sencha or gyokuro, Kikaika, Kiki Cha. Stalk tea, Mecca, Yaka. Buds and tips tea, Konacha, Fen Ka. Coarse, powdered tea, other, Matcha, Mocha. Powdered tea, Tenka, Nian Ka. Milling tea, Genmaker, Xuanmi Ka. Brown rice tea, Hajicha, Huzi Cha. Roasted tea, Araka, Huangka. Raw green tea, Shincha, Zinka. A new tea, Funmatsucha, Fenmoka. Instant powdered tea.
Other green teas.
Green tea from Ceylon, Kawa.
Research and health effects.
Green tea contains a variety of enzymes, amino acids, carbohydrates, lipids, sterols, related compounds, phytochemicals, and dietary minerals. Numerous claims have been made for the health benefits of green tea based on chemical composition, in vitro and animal studies, and while preliminary research on many of these claims is promising, many also require further study to evaluate. There is also evidence suggesting consuming large volumes of green tea, and in particularly green tea extracts, may cause oxidative stress and liver toxicity. A 2012 systematic review concluded the evidence that green tea can prevent cancer is inadequate and inconclusive, but with some evidence for a reduction in certain types of cancer: breast, prostate, ovarian and endometrial. Green tea may lower blood low-density lipoprotein and total cholesterol levels, though the studies were of short duration and it is not known if these effects result in fewer deaths, and evidence does not support green tea's reducing coronary artery disease risk. Several randomized controlled trials suggest green tea can reduce body fat by a small amount for a short time, though it is not certain if the reduction would be meaningful for most people. One study has found that certain catechins found in green tea taken at levels many hundreds of times greater than what could be obtained from even very high tea consumption may actually damage DNA. These results are relevant only for those taking such amounts of the catechins in pharmaceutical formulations. Similar results from unnatural concentrations of other antioxidants including vitamin E and vitamin C have also been demonstrated in human trials. Further, more recent studies and those done in countries outside the U.S., such as Japan, have found green tea consumption to result in decreased risk of many cancer, cardiovascular disease, and dementia including Alzheimer's. Studies have suggested that green tea consumption may be a possible preventative and treatment for Parkinson's disease. Green tea contains polyphenols that can protect dopaminergic neurons from malfunctioning. Green tea may interfere with the anti-cancer drug bortezomib, Velcade, and other boronic acid-based proteasome inhibitors.
Production, growing, harvesting and processing.
Green tea is processed and grown in a variety of ways, depending on the type of green tea desired. As a result of these methods, maximum amounts of polyphenols and antioxidants are retained, giving maximum green tea benefits. The growing conditions can be broken down into two basic types, those grown in the sun and those grown under the shade. The green tea plants are grown in rows that are pruned to produce shoots in a regular manner, and in general are harvested 3 times per year. The first flush takes place in late April to early May. The second harvest usually takes place from June through July, and the third picking takes place in late July to early August. Sometimes, there will also be a fourth harvest. It is the first flush in the spring that brings the best quality leaves, with higher prices to match. Green tea is processed using either artisanal or modern methods. Sun drying, basket or charcoal firing, or pan firing are common artisanal methods. Oven drying, tumbling, or steaming are common modern methods. Processed green teas, known as Araca, are stored under low humidity refrigeration in 30 or 60 kg paper bags at 0 to 5 DEGC, 32 to 41 DEGF. This Araca has yet to be refined at this stage, with the final firing taking place before blending, selection, and packaging takes place. The leaves in this state will be refired throughout the years they are needed, giving the green teas a longer shelf life and better flavor. The first flush tea of May will readily store in this fashion until the next year's harvest. After this redrying process, each crude tea will be sifted and graded according to size. Finally, each lot will be blended according to the blend order by the tasters and packed for sale.
Import of Japanese tea.
On June 17, 2011, radioactive cesium of 1038 becquerels per kilogram was detected at Charles de Gaulle Airport in France in tea leaves imported from Shizuoka Prefecture, Japan, which was more than twice as much as the restricted amount of 500 becquerels per kilogram designated by the European Union, and the government of France announced that they rejected them, which amounted to 162 kilograms. The governor of Shizuoka Prefecture Heita Kawakatsu stated that there is absolutely no problem when they drink them because it will be diluted to about 10 becquerels per kilogram when they steep them, even if the leaves have 1000 becquerels per kilogram, which was a consequence of own examinations of the prefecture. Minister for Consumer Affairs and Food Safety Renaud stated on June 3, 2011, that there are cases in which areca are sold as furikake and so on and they are eaten as they are, therefore we think that it is important to inspect tea leaves including areca from the viewpoint of consumers' safety.